I opened the leather goods side like 5 years ago after knitting for probably 8 years. And friends of mine were really admiring some shawl cuffs to keep their big knitted shawls in place. And so I was like, as always, any maker is like, I can make that. So I made that in my husband's wood shop. He had the University of Winnipeg, Manitoba, University of Manitoba's old laser cutter. So I don't even remember how I learned to use it. I just tried and I burned a lot of things. I wrecked a lot of things. But I kept on going, and so then eventually I made these shawl belts. I sold them to my friends, I sold them to our local yarn store, and eventually they got more and more popular just through Instagram, and now we are in stores worldwide, which is pretty awesome. All the way over to Australia and in the States and France, so it's pretty awesome. So that's how I got going. It basically started with a handful of little leather pieces for my friends, and majority of the first 3 years were out of my dining room. By the end, we had no personal belongings in our dining room. It was all my own leather goods. And then I moved out into a small little studio and kept on doing what I was doing, but just didn't quite have enough space to really do what I wanted to do. And then when this space came up, I definitely jumped on it because it has the workshop in the back. Plus it allows me to expand into the fine yarns that I love, and basically what really got me going in the leather goods was needing to pay for my knitting obsession with really nice yarns. When I broke my first lens on my laser cutter, and because it was so old nobody could fix it, we replaced the lens, we did all the work, but it just never got back up and running. That's right around when COVID started, so the FabLab was closed. And so I started shipping my stuff to Toronto to get laser cut, and then once the FabLab opened, I got my membership. My husband used to go, or was a member when it was a Scentworks, so that's how I knew of it, and he actually was pushing me to go there way earlier. But I'm shy, so I didn't make the leap for a while. Having my own laser and knowing completely nothing about the technology side of it is not feasible to own one yourself because maintenance and whatnot. So in North Forge, all the machines are taken care of by a handyman, and so that is invaluable in my opinion. So paying the small membership is definitely worth it for a small business. When I was shipping my goods to Toronto, just the shipping costs alone were what the membership fees were at North Forge, and then I still had to pay them for their time and their use of their laser cutter there. So it definitely is cost positive. I love seeing everyone helping each other. Like when I see other people laser cutting for Maker Mine toys or helping other members out with their time, it's really nice to see. I've taken part in some of like the WeLab events, and which I think is also invaluable to me as a woman. So the community is definitely worth it, if you make the time for it. That we're not alone. Our minds play tricks on us, and that we are fully capable of doing whatever we want to do. The first laser training that I had with, I think it was Morgan, any questions I had, you put them in Slack and they're answered instantly. So there definitely is no lull in like not knowing what you're doing. People are always willing to help you with materials, questions, anything that you need, they're willing to help. I didn't know anything about laser cutting though. Like I really didn't. It was, my husband is really loose with rules, and so it was like, yeah, just explore. And so now knowing what I know, I'm like embarrassed of what I was doing with our laser cutter before. I was like, whoa, that's not safe, or yeah, I wouldn't have done that. So I've learned a lot at North Forge versus before. Like I was, yeah, guessing on a lot of things, so. I enjoy walking into North Forge and seeing it. It's clean, it's always busy, and yeah, like it feels like a safe, welcoming environment, so. Just take the leap. You'll figure it out as you go, and if you don't, that's fine. Just do it. I offer fine yarns from all over the world, and I offer classes to learn knitting, to learn crochet. We're now offering some leather classes where we make this pierogi pouch, and I bring in other instructors who teach their craft, which we've had lots of stamp carving workshops. Those have gone really well, and yeah, we're always looking for new workshops to host. Zero waste nights where we just use up all of our leather scraps, and we have our friends in the fiber world who bring their scraps, and we try and mingle those together and make fun things out of our waste. So yeah, we like making things. You can find us at 2063 Portage Avenue, a few doors to the west of Sergeant Sunday. And we have all of our classes listed on our website at www.purlandhank.com, or you can check us out on Instagram at Purl and Hank.